Good morning, guys. For those of you who would like to learn more about Bayer's products, go into the description box, scroll all the way down, and there's two links. Bayer describes his hair products and car products. And then for those of you who live up in the Worcester area, remember, you get 10% off for being from the channel. And if you live in the Worcester area, you need your car, truck, or Mini Cooper worked on, go to Greasy's Garage, ask for Pete. Pete and the gang can fix anything you got. Greasy's Garage, and yes, he always carries Bayer's products. As he says, Bayer is a genius, and he's seen phenomenal results from Bayer's products time and time again. And then if you want a cool t-shirt, go to libtartees.com. He's got all kinds of beer mugs, coffee mugs, you name it. Let's start with Amy Coney Barrett. It says, this is from Gab here. It says, hi, my name is Amy Coney Barrett. My dad's name is Mike Coney. My dad rigged the Racine, Wisconsin vote on April 7th, 2020. The vote gave $1 billion to a school district that was promoted by Biden, Sanders, and my dad. It passed by 5 votes on Dominion voting machines. 16,748 to 16,743. I can't allow any court cases on voter fraud because my daddy will not like it. Let that one soak in. Moving on to trans YouTube. I think that explains a lot. And it's stuff like that up and down the court system that is the reason for our courts being so compromised. And then trans YouTube star charged over possession of child sex abuse images. It says if big tech continues censoring conservatives, that means our days on these platforms may be numbered. Well, they are numbered. We know that. And please take a minute to sign up on our mailing list. And it says a popular transgender YouTube star has been arrested and charged over suspicion that she possessed child pornography while working at a daycare center with her boyfriend. Cadence Kristen Pinder, formerly Nelson Christopher Pinder of Sandy, Utah, is charged with 15 second-degree felony counts of sexual exploitation of a minor for downloading and possessing more than 100 child sexual abuse photos. The Utah Attorney General's office accuses the 24-year-old of having sexual content featuring boys as young as 3 or 4 years old. And one of the things that people are being woken up to is the number of pedophiles at higher levels, not just the lower levels. We've always known about the lower levels, but it's the higher levels that people are waking up to. NRA warns extreme gun control effort by Biden and Dems coming as early as next week. That's no shock. We knew that was happening. And then, why are we wasting vaccinations on Texas? Pelosi daughter answers Keith Olbermann's sick question. By the way, going back to the gun control, they've wanted our guns, and we know why. We get it. We understand what's going on. And it's one of the ways that I think they're going to try to create civil war in this country. Anyway, it's very rare that this ever happens, but far-left commentator Keith Olbermann posted a tweet Tuesday so hateful and venomous that even members of his own political tribe scurried forth from their safe spaces to slam him into oblivion. Responding to the decision by Texas Governor Greg Abbott to lift his state's mask mandate and lift all lockdown restrictions amid the quickly receding coronavirus pandemic, Olbermann suggested that coronavirus vaccines should be denied to Texas. Why are we wasting vaccinations on Texas if Texas has decided to join the side of the virus? As they say, the loudmouth left-winger and veritable hate-monger wrote. And anyway, so apparently it didn't dawn on him that one of the primary reasons why the pandemic is receding is because of the continuing distribution of the vaccine. And so anyway, so Christine Pelosi, daughter of Nancy Pelosi, she says, because we are all Americans. And by the way, millions of Texans vote for Democrats, science, and vaccines. Oh, goodness. There you have it. If it weren't for any Democrats there, they wouldn't be getting them. And let's go to the Gateway Pundit here. So Capitol Police, as we've already heard, they're increasing security based on a bogus intel warning of militia plot, and we know it's bogus. The only people that would try to breach it would be Antifa and BLM. And then one U.S. contractor dies after at least 10 rockets hit airbase housing U.S. troops in Iraq. As we know, they're trying to create that 100-year war again. They're trying to get the forever war going. And then the entity itself has become poisoned. Judicial Watch's Chris Farrell in 2018 called for shutting down the FBI. Director Wray's testimony yesterday proves Farrell was right. And it's just my own personal opinion, but I think that at the end of the day, what we're going to see is a government about 80% less than what it is today. Bomb destroys COVID testing center in the Netherlands after weeks of shutdowns. People are fed up. You bet. We've been saying stuff like this is going to happen for a while. People are angry. And the blood on hands of open borders. Biden, horrific California crash involved human smuggling of illegals, over a dozen killed. And does Joe Biden know? Does he know? Does he care? No. Does Harris or any of them care? No. They could care less. And the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist to sue Michigan Governor Whitmer for release of COVID nursing home data. Good. They're going to go after all these people. They're all going to be gone after. The day will come. It'll come to fruition. And now this, Mitch McConnell says he will throw his support behind Trump-hating Rhino Lisa Murkowski in her re-election bid. He really hates his voters. He does. He does. He's a deep stater. Has been forever. And then after refusing to address historic fraud in 2020 election and stabbing Trump in the back, turncoat Mike Pence is now lecturing on election integrity. And, it's just how they play the game. Pence is going to play that game until he can no longer play it. And then after voting for second garbage impeachment, GOP Senator Bill Cassidy is object of shame in Louisiana. Yeah, you got billboards up. And, they're all over. It says, it's censored, object of shame, when you vote to betray Louisiana. It's got his picture right up there on that big old billboard. And then Nancy Pelosi tried to put $140 million in funding for rail project in her district into COVID bill. Yeah, like Brenda said, what about the homeless? Well, she don't care about them. They don't pay taxes or anything. No, she cares about her big dollar friends. That's what she cares about. She cares about the rich people, because she's one of the rich people. And she got her riches by way of corruption, we know. And then F the police. BLM thugs shut down traffic in Louisville, Kentucky. Scream at police. And people are like, what? But these Democrats are like, but we thought if we put Biden in that this would all end. What do you mean it's not ending? Well, it's not going to end. No, they want chaos. Remember, for them, out of chaos comes order. Let's see what else here. And then update. More than 31 million viewers watched President Trump's CPAC speech. And Trump just crushed the Golden Globes. And yeah, people are they're not big on Hollywood anymore. And let's see here. Biden administration bans reporters from touring child detention buildings due to COVID-19. Let's see. They're going to ban them because of a virus that has over a 99% cure rate. Right. And then LA Teachers Union pushes back on plan for reopening schools due to structural racism. Has nothing to do with it. These teachers, they don't dare tell the truth about why they don't want to go back into the classroom. My own personal opinion, there's two main reasons. Number one, a lot of them really like teaching from home. They love not having to get out in the traffic and not doing that whole work, that travel routine. And many of them, they teach in schools that are violent. They have lots of criminal elements in them, and they don't want to go there. It's dangerous. Not just for the kids, but for them as well. But you won't ever hear them say that. That would be too much truth. And then Chris Wray hearing, GOP senators asked no questions about January 5th bombs, Ashley Babbitt's killer, isolation, and torture of Trump supporters, or the rumored planned bombing of Biden's talk. And let's see what else here. Candace Owens slams Equality Act, says LeBron James should have been allowed to compete with every woman. There you go. You know, and here's the kicker. Here's what's going to start happening. You're going to have a lot of men transitioning in so that they can compete in women's soccer, basketball. You already got one guy, probably more than one guy playing basketball, but you're going to have even more. And pretty soon you won't have any women in women's sports. Let's see here. And then in major blow to new administration, Joe Biden's toxic pick for OMB director, Neera Tanden, withdraws nomination. And then there's a rot in the Biden economy. Inflation is up, says Trump confidant Dr. Peter Navarro. And then trial next week. Will jury find George Floyd died of drug overdose, not from approved Minneapolis procedure? Let's see here. And then my hope is this time next year, Joe Biden asked when America will get back to normal. It'll get back to normal when President Trump comes back in and the military cleans things up. That's when. And then domino effect. Mississippi governor announces businesses can reopen at full capacity, ends mask mandate. Good for him. Good for him. And you know, it's a lot of things are happening, and we just have to let them play out. And not that we have a whole lot of choice here. I mean, we do have a choice, but this letting Trump and his people plan it out and play it out is a lot smarter than creating any sort of chaos. God bless you all. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, guys.